All right. Hello, everybody. This is something a little new for me. I've never actually done one of these before, but it's kind of a special occasion. So, um, basically, if you've watched any of my videos and you've seen the kind of games I like to play, you know that I'm kind of a bit of a Japan nerd. And so I'm not against playing games that are, in Japanese. I'm kind of not great at translating them, but anyway, I got a Sega Saturn a long time ago, and it came with this. There we go. That's a copy of Sakura Wars, the first one, for Saturn. And I also got one of these, which is Sakura Wars 2 for Saturn. And I played a little bit of these, and I thought they were really cool. Sakura Wars 1 is a little bit rough, but Sakura Wars 2 is super great. It has a lot of really cool, really good, what do you call it? Production values, I guess, right? And unfortunately, none of these games had been released in the US until, I think it was 2010, 2011, 2012, when they released this. This is Sakura Wars 5. Yeah. And this is the copy that I got here in the US. And I played through that a couple of times, and I really loved it. And so I started collecting all kinds of Sakura Wars swag. I have lots of it now, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of it. So I've got copies of all of them, including special edition copies of 3 and 4. So here's 3 and here's 4. And of course my collection is not complete because this is a B3 and there's an A3 that I probably am going to pick up at some point. I've got the remake of 1 for PS2. I've got Mystery Dungeon for DS, special edition. I actually bought this on accident. I thought this was a PS2 game when I ordered it. The picture on the eBay thing was kind of goofy, so I didn't see that it was a DS game. And then I have, this is Sakura Wars 5 Episode 0, which is an action game where you play as Gemini Sunrise. And I've also got this guy. Boop. There we are. This is Sakura Wars Sega Dreamcast. They're a little expensive, but it's really cool looking. And it came with all kinds of neat Sakura Wars swag. Why do I like this series so much? Well, it's got really enjoyable gameplay. It's kind of half visual novel, half strategy game. It's not too hard, not too easy. It has really great writing, just in general. There are a lot of funny jokes in it. It takes place in an alternate history, pre-World War I Japan, or actually World War I didn't happen, and instead they're fighting monsters, blah, blah, blah. But like, it has a really absurd setting, but it takes it very seriously. And the jokes aren't jokes about the setting. The jokes are just solid jokes. To give you an example, in Sakura Wars 2, one of the characters, they're putting together so a little bit more about the setting. It's basically about a group of women who basically work as like singers in a theater troupe. By day, and by night they fight monsters in the city of Tokyo or Paris or New York, depending on which game you're talking about. It's an absurd it's an absurd setting, but they play it very straight as far as the setting is. Like, they don't treat the setting as though it's a joke, even though it kind of is funny. And yet there's still a lot of really good jokes in the game. So just for example, in Sakura Wars 2, they're putting together a musical version of King Lear, and one of the characters is injured. Try to not spoil too much. One of the characters is injured, and they say that in order to help this character, feel better, why don't they put a happy ending on King Lear? And one of the characters, who is from Italy, I believe, or I think so, she says, they're basically talking about putting a happy ending on King Lear, and she says, "Put a happy ending on King Lear? Are you people insane?" And so that's funny on a couple levels, because later on I actually read King Lear, and the copy of the book that I had noted that because King Lear at the time had said bad things about, a king, even a fictional king, that they had actually put a happy ending on King Lear for a while, and that's how it had been performed for like 100 years or something like that, until England had a queen again, and then they could produce the original version. Anyway, I really like Sakura Wars. And when I found out that there was going to be a new Sakura Wars release, I was overjoyed. And so I bought a copy of the new Shin Sakura Wars, or Shin Sakura Taisen. It came out in Japan on Tuesday. I paid for it on Friday, and it arrived yesterday evening, Tuesday evening. I had it shipped via DHL. AmiAmi is the company that sold it to me, and they are really, really good for people in the U.S. who want to buy stuff from Japan, because they have a really good selection and a decent U.S. website, or English website. So, let's unbox this and see what we've got. The usual advertising thing from them. Okay. Well, we gotta be careful because I've had them ship things with like little cardboard things where you had to be sure that there was nothing hidden in there. That looks clear. This one looks clear too, but let's just kind of unfold it a little bit. This one's also empty. All right, we got through 2 layers of paper. Layer 3 of paper. I think this is also just paper. I'm gonna look just to make sure. I bought a copy of Mary Skelter 2 for PS4 from them. And it came with some extra stuff that was like all right, it looks like we've gotten to it. So here we are. Now, because I bought from AmiAmi and because I pre-ordered the special edition, it comes with a little diorama. So this is pretty cool. I'll have to set this thing up. I don't know anything about the characters yet. My understanding is that the game is kind of a soft reboot. And so it kind of takes place again, kind of in the World War II kind of era, or World War I kind of era. Whereas Sakura Wars 5, the one that was released here in the US, took place about 20 years after that, or maybe 10 years after that. So we're back in the 19-teens. This thing looks really cool. It's basically a diorama. You can see it's got slots here for all the little character things to stick into, so I'll set that up later. And then we've got the actual game itself. Holy cow, this box is huge. Look at this. This is ridiculous. I'm going to just check the paper in this box one more time, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Here's some more paper. More paper. More paper. This looks like it's all just paper. Okay, so there we go. That's the box. That's the paper. Clear all this out of the way. Let's put this front and center. Kind of got to give myself a little space here. So here is the box, and you can't really get a good feel for how big it is, but it's about probably 18 inches long by 12 inches high, something like that. Something ridiculous like that. Here's the front. Here's the back. This is going on my PS4 immediately. I'm going to try to set up streaming from my PS4, which I've never done before. So maybe I'll do some of that at some point in the next week or so. But I'm going to play this for the rest of the day. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Just be very careful with the plastic here. Okay. Put this where you can see it. Kind of removing the plastic. It's not the super nice plastic wrap that you find on a lot of video games from Japan and stuff, where it like doesn't rip. This stuff actually rips, so kinda. A little more. There we go. This might be the most, like the widest box set. Well, no, the Persona 5 one might be about the same size. And deeper, possibly, because it had that Morgana plushie in it. Come on. Come on. We're almost there. Once we get it off of one side completely, it should just slide out. Yeah, there we go. Set that aside. All right, here we are. So that is it. Let's slide the box out carefully. This is always the hard part because these cardboard boxes. I'm gonna set this inside. So we've got our nice box here. Ooh, it looks like they've made it not too hard to open. Okay, so there's that and that. And we're just gonna lay this down gently here. My floor is pretty clean. And wow, it comes with a lot of stuff. Holy cow. Okay, so here we've got the actual game. Main Bijuaru, and so yeah, first pressing copy here. We've got a bunch of CDs. They look like they're like drama CDs. So there was a lot of Sakura Wars media that was made in the days. There were drama CDs. They had live action stuff. This looks like it's some kind of collection of that. I can see the word drama right here. So these appear to be like media CDs, basically either soundtracks or drama CDs or something along those lines. That's pretty cool. Place that gently in there. So it looks like they have like basically one for every game. So this is for, let me show these off a little bit more. So this is Sakura Wars 1. The same cover art as the Saturn game I showed you. This is 6, or Shin Sakura Taisen. Here we've got Sakura Wars 2. Again, you've seen this box art because I showed it off in the other thing. Here's 3. So 1 and 2 took place in Tokyo, and 3 took place in Paris, and 4 I think also took place in Paris. But 4 had all the characters from 1 through 4, or 1 through 3 in it, and it was kind of a conclusion. And then 5 takes place in New York, and is about 10 years later with a different main character. Okay, let's carefully remove these. And then we've got this guy, which is locked in here like this. So we'll just very carefully slide this out. So this is it looks like a art book, 1996 to 2019. Anything else under this? Looks like that's the bottom of the box. So I'm just going to carefully open this up and we can look at it real quick. And then I'll put it back in its case. See, this is made out of the nice plastic that doesn't rip. But yeah, it looks like we've got all kinds of good stuff. So, this is Shin Sakura Taisen, or New Sakura Wars, for PS4. It's supposed to be released in the US next year. And I'll probably be buying a special edition copy of that as well because, well, frankly, if they're going to make Sakura Wars stuff, they can have as much of my money as it takes to buy all of it. So, bottle that back up. Put this back in place. Slide it in carefully. Come on. Come on. I don't want to mess up the corners. Argle bargle. Come on. I know it went in this way. There we go. All right, there it goes. That goes in there. Pop this up carefully. Slide it in, slide it back down. Put everything back in. Yeah, so I have not done an unboxing video before, but this was, I think, a special enough occasion that I wanted to do it. So here we are. And I will be enjoying this game for the rest of the day because, well, frankly, I'm going to have to go pretty slow because my Japanese is not great. But I'll grab a dictionary and install the game on my PS4. And I'll probably check these discs out at a later date just because I'm going to be busy. But anyway, this has been an unboxing video of Shin Sakura Taisen, special edition from Japan, with the special AmiAmi diorama. Yeah, this is looking pretty cool. And so thanks for watching, and tune in when it comes out in the US, and we'll see what kind of cool stuff comes along with the US version. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.